Okay, this brings us to the question, how do we strategize to make mature disciples? Now, the last time we said, how do you strategize? And that's what we just did. We formed a strategy for community outreach and evangelism. Now the question is, how do you strategize, since we're talking about strategy, how do you strategize to make mature disciples? And I teach 6 steps. And again, this is built off of what Bob did. Articulate Christ's mission. Identify the characteristics of a mature disciple. I'm asking them to do that. Step 3, determine the church's primary ministries that will implement these characteristics. Align those, and I'm going to have to cover that carefully with you. Number 5, communicate those ministries. And number 6, measure the church's progress. Those are the 6 points, or 6 steps that embrace this disciple making. Now, the ultimate goal of all of this is maturity. And I like to think of it as a continuum. And this is how I understand it, and that doesn't make it right. But what we have somebody over here that is an unbeliever, and they're going through life, and hopefully our church has some ministry in place to touch their lives and help them come to faith. And eventually the goal is that they experience the new birth. So, and then at this point, we want to see them grow, and it really isn't a straight line like that. It's probably something more like this. But the ultimate goal is maturity. So, they're coming along, and through the ministry of our church, they come to faith in Christ, and then we have ministries designed to take them on to maturity in Christ. So ultimately, the end of all this is a mature believer. That's the goal as I see it, is the end of this as a mature believer. Notice what Paul says in Colossians 1:28-29, the middle slide on page 6. We proclaim Him, admonishing and teaching everyone with all wisdom, so that we may present everyone fully mature in Christ. And notice how hard he worked at this. To this end I strenuously contend with all the energy Christ so powerfully works in me. That's the ultimate goal of the Great Commission, as a mature believer. Now, so step 1 is we want to articulate that. And another thing here is just really the simple statement, we're becoming more and more like Jesus.